Jessie be scrapbooking back with another process video. This one is for the Craft IQ challenge. Here is the list. Requirement 1 is at least 2 pictures, color red, pattern paper covering 2/3 of your page. 2 is add stars. 3 was add torn paper. 4, add gold. 5, use your favorite border punch, include a house embellishment somewhere. I don't have a border punch, so I work around that. 6, include an animal somewhere on your layout. And 7, add a doily, lace, ribbon, or twine. Only one is required. So I did the first 5 days altogether. And so I knew that I needed pattern paper and the color red and 2 photos. So that's where I am starting. And I'm going to use this, it's like a weathered tin, and I'm going to use it for my background. I got it at a paper pad at Walmart. It's very thin paper, but I love all the different patterns it has. It's very masculine, has lots of stuff I can use for my guys, so I like that. I chose this one because the pictures are of my husband. He was working on our generator, doing some maintenance and stuff to it. We live off grid, so yeah, the generator is kind of important to us. We need to keep it up and going. It has its own little shed and everything away from the house, so we don't have to listen to it. But yeah, so that's what these pictures are. Is just him down in the shed working on the generator. And so I grabbed some pictures. So I am going to be using a sketch by Allison Davis. I can't show you the sketch because I bought it. And it's just going to help me place some of my elements on the page. I was kind of at a loss on how I was going to get it to work, and so I know for me personally, when I am just drawing a blank, I love to go to sketches and just to help me, get my ideas flowing. And so that's what I do. And so I needed a third piece of pattern paper, and these are all supposed to be 6x6 papers, but I'm cutting them down to 5-inch squares, except for this last little one because I knew it wasn't going to show a lot. So I'm just going to stick it here. I'm doing the 5-inch squares because I am only working on an 8.5 by 11 canvas. So I figured that would work good. And I cut my pictures down quite a bit smaller. I'm going to add a black border around both of my pictures. And that's just going to help so they don't get completely lost in this very busy background. And let's see. So I do know, since I am doing the first 5 days, I think it's 5 days, might have only been first 4 days. I am doing the first several days all together. I decided to do that because it was too hard for me to do all 7 days, one day at a time. I tried last month and it didn't work out like I wanted it to. So I figured if I had a little bit better base to start with, it would help. So there I remembered I had to have torn paper, and that was day 3. And I'm going to work this little border strip and try to get it in, I don't know how many different times. It never does make it on the layout, but I do definitely try a lot. So day 2 was stars. So I grabbed my punch here, and I punch out 3 black stars, and I'm just going to use them as kind of like base or embellishments. Yeah. And so I'm going to move them around till I figure out where I want them. I did a lot of cutting out to different on this video, so it's a little bit choppier than normal, but I spent a lot of time just moving things around, and then ended up back in the exact same spot I started with. So I figure you guys didn't need to watch me just keep moving everything around all over the place. So it it works out a lot better this way. But yeah, just everybody has, I guess, those moments where you're just like, I don't know where everything's gonna go, so you just move it and move it and move it, and yeah. But I finally do get it all figured out. As you see, I'm only barely tacking these down because I still have several days left of instructions coming. So I didn't want to tack or glue everything down really hard and then not be able to move it if I found out we had to add something. So I'm just getting it lined up. I want the black pattern paper and the red one to be in pretty much a on the page, and that way I can take my picture and tilt them. So this little picture was getting lost with the black mat that I had on it, and then the black pattern paper. And so I decided to use a piece of this background paper that I cut off and just give another matte to it just to help it pop off that black background a little bit more. And I like the way that works because I used the side that had multicolors on it, but it looks really, really good, and it kind of just shows up a little better. So here I am trying to use that border strip again. I really liked it, and it had the right tones, but it just wasn't gonna work. So I had to add this little house embellishment. So it's a gingerbread house from one of my Christmas stickers. And I figured, yeah, it works because he is working on in the generator shed, or you could say he's even, working on the power for the house, our house. So I'm like, okay, yeah, a house will work. So I stuck that little puffy house on there. And then I had to add in gold. So these are big circles from the Dollar Tree. They're actually wall art circles. And then I'm going to add some little word phrases up here from my Tim Holtz word phrase sticker book. And I can't remember what they say, but I'll have close-ups of them. So the other thing was I have to use a border punch. Well, I don't have a border punch, so I asked the ladies what they would suggest I do. And they said I could use any punch, but I wanted a little more. And so one lady, I can't remember who said it, I'm so sorry. She said to make a scallop border with like a circle punch. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using a punch and I'm making a scallop border on this picture. And this is a piece of scrap paper that it's orange but has a little bit of shimmer to it. That's really pretty. So getting the stars tacked down, and I'm gonna tack my pictures together because at this point I only have 2 more days left, so I figured there wasn't going to probably be anything that I had to do to the pictures. So I did cut out a couple little stars. I don't have a punch or anything for that size, so I just had a hand cut them out just to add to it. And then it said I had to have an animal on my layout. Well, animal really didn't make sense to me, but I went and printed out 2 little free clip art off the computer, and there are little mice. Now, we don't have mice in our generator shed. Our cats are very well behaved and they take care of mice around here. We do not have a mice problem at all. But it looks like a place that a mouse would like to live. So, and I thought they were really cute, so I stuck them in there. And then for the last day is this one, and it's I had to add lace ribbon twine or a doily. So I'm adding this baker's twine. And I didn't want just baker's twine laying on my layout, so I'm just adding it to this little board tag. And it's in the right tones. It's in that orange color. And so I'm adding it, putting the twine on. So none of the requirements said anything about title, so I left it to last because I wasn't sure. And so my title, I'm going to use these rub-ons for the first part of it, and it's just the word got. And I'll get those all here down. I brought this little bowl in because I seen somebody else using a little dish for all their scraps, and it helps keep their desk clean. So I figured I'd try it, and this little dessert dish that I have works perfect. So here I am. This little tool I have that I'm using to put the rub-ons down is just a little pokey tool that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. It's has a flat edge on one side and a very sharp needle on the other side, and so it works perfect for rubbing these rub-ons on. And then I'm going to use my white gel pen and just spell out to have right there. And then I'm using these puffy alphas from the Dollar Tree, and there's no O's. I don't know if I used the O's because I did use this before, or if there just wasn't any O's on it. I'm not sure. But so I turned a Q into an O by just coloring in the making it using my black Sharpie to color in and turn it into an O. So the last letter for the word power is purple, because that was the I could do it in blue or purple, and so I chose the purple, even though it's my color theme at all. So I'm thinking about what to do because I don't really care for it just all of a sudden being purple out there, and I thought about bringing in purple puffy paint. So that is what I'm going to do. So my full title reads, Got to Have Power. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like my layout. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you already are a subscriber, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. And until next time, bye.